Hi there, my name is Kay McDonald and I'm the owner of Charity Charms. And my special guest today is Kim Tarnopowski from 100 Women Who Care. And Kim, I'm just so delighted to have you here today.
Hi, Kay. Thanks so much for inviting me.
Yeah. So Kim and I met, I think we met about a year ago. She has this fabulous community of women called 100 Women Who Care. And then I have a company called Charity Charms that makes charms for charities. So it was kind of the perfect fit, and we got together and couldn't stop talking. And I want Kim to tell us today about 100 Women Who Care and what you do.
Sure. Well, thanks, Kay. So the 100 Who Care concept encompasses all different groups of people, whether it be women, men, people, teens, businesses. We just happen to select women as our demographic for our chapter. And it's based on a very simple concept where you get 100 people or more together for 1 hour, once a quarter, and those members can nominate local charities that are near and dear to their heart. Those charities are then vetted by our executive committee, and we make sure that they are a viable, credible charity, implementing their mission in the community. And then at our quarterly giving circles, we put the vetted and approved charities in the hat. We draw 3 names randomly out of the hat, and the members who nominated those charities come up and tell the group about the charity, the mission, the need, and what a donation from our group would do for that particular charity. Our members then vote, and the charity with the most votes is the recipient for that quarter. Every member then writes or donates $100 directly to that charity, and in 1 hour we've donated $10,000 or more to a local charity. So that is the very basic concept.
And you know, it's such a wonderful, it's such a simple concept, and I think that's probably been why it's so successful. And I would imagine in our current situation with many events being canceled and things like that, that this would be kind of a new way for those that aren't familiar with it, a new way to raise money and a new model. And I hope that it expands rapidly, but I think it has already expanded quite a bit. It's been in the world for how long?
Well, in Phoenix, we started our chapter 5.5 years ago, but it was started by a woman named Karen Dunnigan in Jackson, Michigan in 2006. So it's been around for quite a while now. It's grown organically, grassroots, word of mouth, and now there are over 650 chapters around the world that are out there raising funds for local charities.
Oh, it's such a great, simple model. The other thing I love about it is it builds a community. I've been lucky to become a member and attend several of the events. They happen quarterly, and it's 100 women gathering at like a neat restaurant or a hotel or a venue, and then you get to sit and personally listen to the 3 charities present. And it's fun. It's community. It's camaraderie. It's all together for the purpose of giving. And now we have a new challenge where we aren't all gathering at the hotels or the venues, whatever, but you've been able to pivot that into a virtual experience in a very successful way. Can you tell us how you did that, and were there challenges?
Sure. So when the COVID-19 pandemic hit, our giving circles were scheduled for mid-April. And so we had a little bit of time to plan what we were going to do. And thankfully, one of our executive team members, Jacqueline Destremps, is a technology guru. And we very easily pivoted to Zoom. And we knew that it was important for us to still have our giving circles. We were called to give in that way. Many of our members were still called to give in that way as well. So we seamlessly set up our Zoom giving circles, and we let our members know that depending on their financial situation, because so many people were impacted and are still being impacted by COVID-19, that if they needed to take a pass on their donation for the quarter, or if they needed to donate less, that was perfectly fine. We just still wanted to show up and support those local charities that so badly need the donations right now, because their events are being canceled as well. So we actually raised more money in 2 out of 3 of our groups than we did the previous quarter. People who could actually donated even more. So that was really a great thing to see.
It's almost the spirit of giving was almost enhanced because people knew that the need was even greater. Hey, if you're a charity, how do you become one of the charities that is vetted and then gets to present, and how does that all work?
Sure. Well, the way our charities come to us is through our members.
Okay.
So our whole concept is facilitating a giving process that allows a member like UK who may be, who they're very passionate about a certain charity, and you know, a lot of us can give $100 to a charity, but not very many of us can write a check for $10,000 or more to a local charity. And so our process facilitates that process for our members. So our members are the ones that nominate the charities. And so if there's a charity that's out in the community who's interested in being in our hat, so to speak, then they need to find a member of ours or join themselves and nominate that charity. So people who nominate, our members who nominate charities, they're anybody from volunteers of charities, employees, board members, executive directors, or people who just like that particular charity. We don't have any restriction on the affiliation that somebody has to a charity for their ability to nominate them.
Well, I think you have a really great process too, because you spend time learning about the charity, interviewing them, making sure that it's a good fit for what your members would want to give to. And then you put together a 1-page summary sheet, which has been very, very effective and nice for me as a member to read. You learn quickly about the charity. And the other thing too that I think we had touched on earlier, or perhaps not, is the impact that the exposure is for the charity. So even if a charity comes to a meeting, there are 3 different charities that present. One will walk away with a $10,000 check, but the 2 others have gotten to present to all these great women who, you know, their heartstrings have been tugged for all the causes, but think of the extra exposure that they've gotten. And I think that is just really an added benefit.
That is, and many times our members, some of our members will donate to all 3 charities.
Yeah.
So they will, you know, which is it's a great addition to the process.
Yeah, that's absolutely wonderful. So if somebody wants to become a member, what's the process? So
we invite them to our giving circles to see firsthand how our process works. There's no obligation to join. There's no obligation to donate. Our giving circle dates can be found on our website, and just register, show up, see if our process speaks to you. If it does, you can join that night, vote and donate. Or if you want to join at a later date, our membership form is on our website. The other thing that we allow is team memberships. So women can join as an individual member, which is a commitment of $100 a quarter or $400 a year. Or if they want to share that quarterly contribution amongst friends or family members, they can join as a group of 2, 3, or 4. So we really want our chapter to be inclusive of all giving levels and income levels. So we make it easy for people to do that.
That's wonderful. One of the extra things for me as a member attending was when I showed up, there were so many women that I knew. So I knew I was among kindred souls, but there were so many new women that I got to meet too. So I think being a part of a community with like-minded souls and people is really important in anyone's life, and especially in women's lives. So to me that's a great way and reason to join as well. And talking about community, I wanted to bring up we as Charity Charms, we do lots of bracelets called communities and women's membership groups, and so we did this beautiful bracelet featuring your logo.
Yes, and we love it.
Members of your community receive this at the events. I think you do a raffle or giveaway. anyway, it's a way for a woman to feel part of the community and have something to wear afterwards to say, yes, I'm involved with this. And then hopefully they'll tell other people and they'll join the community. So
it is a conversation starter for sure. Yes.
Yeah. And lots of the charities that you have vetted or that have been recipients of the donations, we have also worked with too. So that's just another wonderful alignment for us that is really, really fun.
We really are all connected here in this valley. Even it's a big place, but you can find the thread weaves through all different organizations.
Oh, it truly does. And the need is greater now more than ever.
Mm-hmm.
You may have to start 6 more chapters.
Yes.
So tell me, I know that you were you initiated basically this whole concept here in the Valley. And what gives you the most pleasure and gratification about what you're doing with this organization?
I would say it's the lives that we touch, not only with our quarterly donations, when we deliver those donations to the selected charities, the stories that we hear about whether it's, this most recent quarter, our donation went to a new leaf, which helped domestic violence victims, which in this pandemic, there's been some heightened awareness around the need for people who are stuck at home right now with user, or Harvest Compassion Center, which is a food bank and a clothing bank, and learning how that organization helps people bridge the gap between their needs, and if they're out of a job, that they can come in and they can actually get food for their family, or supporting our local veterans. So it's the lives that are being changed. It's the ripple effect that's being created, whether not just dollars, but our members hear about these charities and they donate furniture, they donate clothing, one of the things we've all been doing during this pandemic is spring cleaning our houses.
Right.
And being able to know of good organizations to take everything that you no longer want, but is very valuable to people out in the community. You know of places now that you can do that. So I think it's the ripple effect that we've been able to create in the Valley, and know that our members are out there actively supporting those organizations.
Right. And now you have hundreds of women out in the community that know about hundreds of charities that they wouldn't have known about. So it's the perfect model. It truly is.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So is there anything else that you would like to tell people today? Inspire them to join, or anything else that we haven't covered today, Kim?
I would say our hearts are open to every woman who has, who wants to give seamlessly, who wants to learn about other charities, wants to meet other amazing women, and we're here for you. We're here to facilitate that process for you.
Well, as a member, I highly value everything that I've gotten out of it, the interactions with the other women, learning about the charities, and also being a partner with you in the sponsorship. So thank you so much, Kim, for your time today.